Factoring a two-term cubic expression, example 3. The expression we're going to factor is 64w cubed minus z to the 6th. So the first check is to make sure the expression is only two terms. And this one is. There's just two terms, so that checks. The next check is that all the exponents are divisible by 3. W cubed, the 3 is divisible by 3, and z to the 6th, 6 is divisible by 3, so that also checks. Now we need to factor each of these terms into three identical factors. So 64w cubed will factor to 4w times 4w times 4w. The z to the 6th will factor to z squared times z squared times z squared. Now we need to form two groups with these factors. So divide through here, and we on the group on the left will just have one of the factors, and the group on the right will have two of the factors. For our first group, these will be the terms in the first factor for the expression. So we just circle those. Our second group, we're going to form three pairs, and the pairs will then be the terms in the second factor for the expression. So starting at the top, we'll circle the 4w and the 4w. And moving clockwise, we'll circle 4w and z squared. And last, we'll circle z squared and z squared. Now let's write the shell for our expression with its factors. So 64w cubed minus z to the 6th will have two factors. This is the shell that we're going to fill in. So to fill in the terms here, the first factor for it will just be those that we circled in our first group. So it'll be the 4w and the z squared. The second factor for this expression then will be the pairs that we circled in our second group. 4w times 4w, 4w times z squared, and z squared times z squared. Now all we need to do is apply the signs to our factors. The pattern is the same, different, and add the tail. Our expression, 64w cubed minus z to the 6th, is a negative, so the first factor for it will be the same side and will also be a negative. The second factor, its first sign is different then, so that's a negative in our first factor, so now we need to write a plus. It's a different sign. The last sign we fill in, we always add the tail, so that then will be a plus. So the expression 64w cubed minus z to the 6th has two factors. The first is 4w minus z squared, and the second is 16w squared plus 4wz squared plus z to the 4th. And that concludes the factoring.